Hello everybody, this is Danny Taipei. Welcome to another video. We have an exciting show for you today. We are coming to you from the Segerstrom Shelby Event Center here in lovely Irvine, California. Join us as we check out classic Shelbys. They have over 80 pristine restored cars here, and it has the 4th largest Shelby collection in the world. Let's go check it out. I want to thank our wonderful host here, Ted Segerstrom, for having us at this wonderful facility here.
Our pleasure.
Thanks for having us, guys. Now, I know from other interviews, Ted, that your first love of Mustang started with a 1966 Mustang. Can you tell us a little bit more about that one? Is it a V6 or V8? Or
it was a standard little 66. It came 289. It came from my older sister, who was like 4 years older. And it was her hand-me-down car. And she got it used.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my first wheels, and that was fun.
Yeah.
You know, we spent about 2 years with that car.
And how old were you when you got that one?
About 16.
Oh, okay, so just learned to drive.
Back in those days, we got our learner permit at 15 and a half.
Oh, that early, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it went from there.
Yeah. How about you, Ray? What was your first car that you started driving in?
62 Mercury Comet.
66 Mercury, okay, so it's kind of in the Ford family. Everybody's in the Ford family, kind of.
My parents bought me my first car. It was $100, but before I could drive it, my dad made me rebuild the engine.
Oh, really? Okay, wow. So you, from the early get-go, you know how to work on cars and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's why, Ted said, well, I found me a keeper.
Check her nails for the grease under it, yeah.
Yeah, done and done. So that's awesome. So from 66 to your Mach 1, right?
Yeah, in 1973, found a used 72 Mach 1.
Yeah.
And I love that body style. And, you know, it was pretty. And we put some nice tires. We played with the motor a little bit.
Yeah.
And, you know, in fact, Ray and I, when we were younger, we dated back in high school. And our first date, we got in a wreck in that Mach 1.
You know? Oh, no.
So it goes back a ways there.
Yeah.
I love that body style.
Yeah. And then from there, after the wreck, what'd you get into after that?
I think a Chevy Suburban.
You went big. Big and safe. Big and safe.
You know, back in, 1980.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay. And then when did the first Shelby come into the picture?
I was about 30 years old, so that'd be around 1986.
Okay.
And it was actually this little green model.
The green GT500?
Yep, that was the first one. 67. It needs to be gone through and restored. We haven't done that.
Yeah.
But that, that's what kind of started it, and drove that around for a while. I think we rebuilt the engine on it, and but it needs to be fully gone through now.
Okay, but still outside looks really, that's wonderful.
Yeah, they only made 1,050 of them in '67.
That's really rare.
And that's number 974, so it's under the first 1,000.
Wow.
And it's an out-of-state car because the way you can tell is the driving lights. California won't allow those. The CHP won't allow that in California because it looks like another car coming between the other two.
Right, because it's close together.
Yeah, so California made them put the lights out a little farther. But yeah, it's still a fast little car.
Yeah, I can imagine.
You know, get up and talk to you.
Yeah. That looks great.
Great.
All right.
Everybody wants to know, where you started. Well, my first Shelby was there. My second Shelby was a 68 GT500 KR convertible, and which you'll see in the back. Okay. And when we got it restored, it ended up being a 1 of 1.
Wow.
But based on the color combinations and things on the car. So it means you couldn't drive it. So it's like, I really want one I can drive.
I can imagine.
So we found one of the Highland Green here.
Oh.
It's a 68 KR. Actually more rare because it's a 4-speed air-conditioned convertible. We took it to have it restored. And we found this in like West Virginia. And a young man out in Pahrump, Nevada found this one. And it was in the back of a used car lot with flat tires and the roof was gone. But he realized it was a KR 4-speed air conditioner.
Right.
Happened to take it to the same restoration shop. And they got them side by side, sequential VIN numbered.
Oh.
Sequential Shelby ID number.
Wow.
Identical twin production. So now we have 3 KRs we can't drive.
Look at that color. That's awesome. It's gorgeous. Look at that. It's like rolling off the showroom floor.
So we, in our searches we were looking, we found one of the yellow KRs over here.
The yellow ones here.
Out of the 44 KRs that were produced in yellow, The two rarest are 4-speed air-conditioned black interior, black roofs. They only made 2. And you have both of them here. Wow. And the second rarest is the white top. They only made 3. And we have all 3. The other 2 are in the back here. So now you got up there 8 the cars you can't drive because
oh no.
And we went crazy from there.
How a hobby went wild.
Yeah, I can see that. Now you got to at least drive around the block once in a while, right?
Well,
Ken?
you know, some of these we drive back there and stuff.
Yeah, get the motor going, make sure the
but you know,
the wheel bearings are rolling.
Everybody asks what's your favorites. Well, I love the KRs.
Yeah,
because they were the most roomy.
King of the road, you can't beat it. King of the road.
This, believe it or not, is the first KR convertible sold to the public.
Oh,
you know, been fully restored, and it's an automatic. You know, they rated it 355 horsepower. No.
Yeah.
It's
underrated.
Well over 400.
Yeah, they probably for insurance purposes they rated low, so get them out there to the public.
Well, you'll see upstairs like the Boss 429 because of the horsepower, the kids couldn't get insurance. But these are my favorite Shelbys in here, the KRs. I love these.
Yeah. King of the road collection here.
We can go back.
All right, let's go to the other room.
Cobra room here.
I see that Cobra. I see that.
This is the 50th anniversary
Okay.
of the 427 model. You can start back here. You have to, I don't know how you guys want to approach that, but you have to understand how Carroll did his Cobra production.
Right.
He started with the 2000 series, which was his little blue one.
Right.
Started out with a 260 V8 in there. So that was the 2000 series.
Okay.
And if you watch the movie Ford and Ferrari,
right,
it's true. He painted that thing 3 different times.
To make it look like he had 3 different cars.
It's true.
That's fun.
But that's the 2000 series.
Okay.
The 3000 series was the 427 version.
Right.
You know, so this little black one back here is the 62 Cobra 50th anniversary. They only made 50 of them. This is number 1.
Wow.
And the nice shiny polished one here is the 50th anniversary of the 427. And they only made 50 of them. And this is number 1.
Wow. Now, have you driven this before, Ted?
No.
Have you gotten? Okay.
No, we don't. They're too valuable.
It's just showroom pieces.
Maybe when we brought it in or something. But
just driving it in. Wow, that's collection.
So the other, you move up the line of his Cobra production.
Yeah.
The next one would be the 4000 series. And we have number 4000 back here.
Okay.
And
check that out.
4000 was the first series that he did in fiberglass.
Okay.
And it turned out to be pretty much the most popular because you could order it, any type of motor and stuff you wanted. But being the fiberglass, it was super fast.
I can imagine, super light.
Yeah. So this is number CSX 4000. This is the first of the series. Now, the 4000 series was designated for the fiberglass, but 4001 through 4010 were hand-rolled aluminum body, and they were designated as the only racing Cobras.
Racing Cobras.
Shelby, yeah.
Got it.
And I have 7 of the numbers. So we built number 4002.
Right here, okay.
And 4004. And the other 5 are waiting to be built, but these are full-blown racing Cobras.
Wow, these are...
You fire them up in here, you start breaking your glasses and your camera
how loud
lenses
these
and
things
stuff.
Wow, gorgeous cars.
They'll get your attention, I'll tell you. Then you have Carroll's 98 Daytona.
Daytona, yeah, the famous Daytona.
Yeah, that was built by Hillbank Motors down the street for Carroll.
Wow.
And he drove her for a little while, a couple of years, and kind of give it back to him and said, thank you. And
I'm done with it.
they restored it
Yeah.
again. And Lance drove it around. I think he drove it from here to Florida and back.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Put some miles on this thing. But look at it. Restored
Pretty.
to perfection.
Peter Brock, one of the original designers of the Daytona, signed it.
Oh,
he
nice.
was here for a meeting one time, and we got him back there.
Very cool.
But the Cobra series that we have, you basically have CSX 1000, the last of the series. You have CSX 3000, number 4000, number 5000 is upstairs. 6000 is a continuation series, and the 7000.
Wow.
Yeah, so you have a lot of firsts.
All years. Great museum to check out, guys. You gotta check this out.
So back in the heyday, you know, Lee Iacocca was instrumental actually in designing and producing the early Mustangs. And he had a contract with Hertz Rental Cars, and they wanted to build something that would build the image of the Mustang up. And so Lee went to Carroll and said, and here's a famous quote, you know, I want you to build a sports car. And Shelby says, you can't make a racehorse out of a mule. You know?
Never heard that one.
That's cool. Pretty much. Well, it was known as the secretary's car.
Yeah.
For so long. And first ones were inline sixes, and then little 260s, and finally up to the 289 and stuff. But so for Hertz, they made 1001 models for Hertz rental car, 1966.
66.
And the black and gold was the most production. They made 800. Of that, the first 85 were 4-speeds. And after a while, Hertz called Shelby and said, stop it. People are burning up the clutches. They don't know how to.
Right, I can imagine.
So everything from there on were automatic.
Autos.
Well, they made roughly, 50 of the green, 50 of the red, 50 of blue, and the white, little numbers up and down in here. But yeah, they were definitely known as renter racers because the kids would rent them on Friday and race them all weekend.
And then return it on Monday.
And bring them back. Well, what the smart kids did, rented on Friday, and they pulled the engine.
Oh.
And they put a stocker motor in there. And the guy at Hertz says, hey, the car drove out and it drove back in.
Right.
I don't know if the numbers are matching.
Yeah.
This is a 305 horsepower, Shelby built motor, that's worth some bucks.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of people haven't seen, but we have one of the locking devices. I think it was on the green one when we restored it. And what Hertz had done is they put a key lock the back of the speedometer so you couldn't unscrew it. Oh. Because the kids were smart, they'd unscrew it and
roll the
race
back.
it. Yeah, and not
That was the time where you paid for mileage. You didn't get
unlimited.
Whatever, 9 cents a mile or something. They were back in the 60s. But so it's like we have one of those that came with it and stuff. But it's these rims only for this car.
Really?
The tires from Goodyear only for the
Only for this car.
The carbon fiber hood only for the car. If you get a crunch and you wipe out your hood, you got to tell Shelby and you got to prove to them that pretty much you have a KR.
Is that right?
Nobody can clone this car.
No way. Wow.
And the trumpets, the noise out the back, specifically for this car. Carroll just wanted so much individuality on here.
Wow.
And it was really great. Well, they're building these cars, and they gave us first shot at some. And we were able to jump production line. Those are 81 and 82. These are 80 and 81.
Oh, you're kidding.
40 years later.
So close together. Yeah. That's amazing.
That's because it's the Shelby Corporation.
Okay. Yeah.
It was fun. It was fun working with that.
Imagine, my goodness. Unique car is very unique.
It had 540 horsepower, if I remember right. Yeah.
Like 40, look at that. Now, you don't see too many of these on the road. I don't think I've ever seen one on the road.
They didn't make that many.
In the
07, 40th anniversary, yeah. Tungsten gray. It was a Ford production at this point. And my record show was only 29 tungsten made.
Wow.
29 tungsten gray. The architect said, no, it's 150. I said, my numbers say 20.
Well, either way, it's super
it's
unique.
rare.
Yeah, super unique and rare.
Now this is CSX
Series
5000.
1, the Series 1, right?
Yeah. That's in the CSX Cobra line. So this is number 5000. And this is kind of their driving demo. And Shelby gave it to us, or allowed us to purchase it.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. It's got like 11,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
Oldsmobile Aurora engine in there. Everybody wonders, well, what the hell's with the hood?
Right.
Well, if you think of the dynamics of air, what's up front? Well, you got a radiator.
Right.
Well, you need air to go over there and cool the radiator. So where does the air go from there? It goes against the firewall.
Right.
Slows you down. So if you exit the air, you get less resistance.
Wow, aerodynamic package.
Yeah, somebody thought about it. This is Peter Brock's design.
Design this one?
Same with the wheel wells.
Wow.
Get the air out of there. There's no resistance.
Vents on the side.
Yeah. You can drive the car to Vegas if you want. You got to put the top up because it fills up the trunk.
Right.
So if you don't want to take any suitcases with you, you're okay.
Now this is the car that Carroll Shelby bought, or actually started from scratch, right? His original, all his designs.
He built this from the ground up.
Wow.
Got a nice deal with the Chrysler Aurora engine, and the suspension system and handling.
It's all his, right? It's all his.
It's all his. It moves. It's pretty fast. You know, I think he sold about 350 of them.
Yeah, I know there weren't that many of them. So.
You know, some of them you could put superchargers on.
Yeah.
And some of them that they shipped as a kit. You put it together.
Oh, interesting.
It's over my head.
Yeah, every once in a while you'll see these up on those auction sites, and I always wondered, that'd be nice to have one of these. I think.
Well, you stand back and you kind of look at it. What does it look like? Kind of looks like a Viper.
It does.
From Carroll's Dodge days?
Yeah, it kind of does, now that you mention it. Very Viper-esque.
Got a lot of that same design on there. 429 Super Cobra Jet. And then this is the Boss 351. I just love the body style.
No,
71, nice. 72 were pretty much the same car. 73, they made the fog lights go up and down and took about 100 horsepower out of it. It's a dog.
Yeah, well, you know, EPA restrictions back in the day.
Yeah, but I love the line.
Yeah.
This is another one. This is another Boss 351 right here. This one's only got like 23,000 miles on it.
Oh, very low miles.
And the story is really funny because the story was the original owner pulled the engine and he wanted to put it in his boat. So he spent some time, money, put it in the boat, and the boat kind of went like this because it was too heavy. So he got upset.
Yeah.
So he put the car and the motor in storage for like 21 years.
Yeah.
And decided to sell it. The guy goes, oh, gee, you had the original engine? He put it all back in.
Yeah.
All the way down to the AM 8-track.
Wow. All original.
Oh, God.
That's awesome.
One of the first things us kids did was put an AM FM radio in there. You know?
And ruined it.
Another 71 is just low on the mileage, 23.
Yeah.
Then you get to the Boss 302.
Boss 302.
Built for 2 years, 69, 70.
One of the...
Nice little Trans Am racer.
Yeah, everybody likes these things.
Little tight behind the steering wheel there for me, but
nice.
Significant piece of history.
All right, guys, when you stop by, be sure to stop by the gift shop. They have so many cool stuff in here. Let's pen and check out some of the great items that they have for sale. And also they have an online website too, which I will add to the description box below. So check that out. All right, guys, that wraps up for this video. I want to thank our hosts again, Ted and Ray Segerstrom, for giving us a tour of this wonderful facility. Had such a great time here. There's so much history here, guys. Like I said, I never knew this museum existed, and I live in Orange County, so want all you folks to come and visit this great facility, check out all the great cars, and there's so much history here. You just got to check it out. So I will put the link below to the Segerstrom Event Center, all the information you need to know when to check out this wonderful facility. Once again, thanks to Ted and Ray for showing us around.
Daniel, happy to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Ray, thank you so much. And any closing remarks you want to let the fans know?
Well, like I said before, there's a couple things we want you to do. We want you to come learn a little bit about automotive history, learn about a man who did the history, and then come and make your own memories. Have that family reunion that's 20 years overdue.
Yeah, I'm having my birthday party here, folks. So
yeah.
look for that in the next few segments.
How many candles? Wait a minute.
We're open Tuesday through Sunday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Please check our calendar on our website to make sure we're not closed per private event.
That's it, guys. You guys come check it out. That wraps up for another video. So please comment and subscribe below, and we will see you on the next one.